Hey everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm inside of my port. So what we're going to do on this little go around is I have the wire that I'm going to run for up here for these lights. So I'm going to try to get these ran and see how that goes. But yeah, we'll just give it a whirl and go from there, I guess. Yeah. I know that you guys have been wanting me to do an update on the 12s for that I got from Alibaba, and I will do that update. That will be coming soon, as well as that amp. A lot of people are saying that it's not a 10K amp. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, I don't have a dyno to test it on, so once I actually do hook it up, I'm going to try to get numbers off it. I had it hooked up as a test thing for my friends' subs. It was a quarter of the way up, and he had it on two 15-inch Hawks. Okay, American-based Hawks, and I don't know if you guys even know what that is, but if you don't, you can go look them up. They're 1500 watts RMS, 3000 max. So at 1500 RMS each one. You should be able to give it 3K, you know, no problem, and it should be fine. A quarter of the way up on that amp was almost destroying them. Do the math, you take 10K, quarter of that, 2500 watts. So you're looking, you know, 2500 watts was off that amp, was literally almost destroying those subs. So you probably could have given them a little bit more and put it to that 3000 mark, but that would have been kind of iffy, in my opinion. And if they took it, they wouldn't have handled it for very long. But yeah, so does the amp put out power? Yes. Do I know the correct numbers on it? No. Could I, if I had somebody that had a dyno? Sure. I'll eventually buy a dyno or get one. That way then I can see. I think the SMD meter, yes, I can get an SMD and I can figure it out, right? Because I can run it through there, and I can run it, and I can run test tones and stuff. I don't actually have to have it hooked up to anything because I can dummy load the circuit and all that stuff, and I can actually dyno it using the SMD because it's a mini dyno. But I don't really want to do that. I would rather get the actual, like, you know, regular amp dyno, like a workshop top amp dyno. It's just better that way. I just trust those more, I guess. So we will see about getting one of those in the future. You can loop it down in the comments if you know of any other dynos that work really well or anything like that. As you can tell, I'm not one that really gives a shit about doing math and stuff, running around sitting here, a bunch of voltmeters and, you know, all that stuff. One hooked up in ohms, one hooked up in volts, and then doing all this math stuff back and forth just to figure something out. And if you had an amp dyno, you can hook it up. It takes like maybe 5 minutes. Vroom, vroom, done. I know what it's doing. Then I can tell you guys the true power output on that. I will buy more stuff off Alibaba, and I will be doing more reviews on them. So right now I'm just putting those subs through the paces right now. I have them hooked up on a 4500 watt ground zero amp. I can give you the specs and the model number on that amp. I don't know if that's actually truly putting out 4500 watts or what it's doing. I know that the amp is maxed out because it's basically, I maxed it out and went a quarter turn back to just, you know, or maybe like an eighth of a turn, not a quarter turn, eighth of a turn back, just to knock out the distortion or knock off distortion. I'm sure I'm in clipping. If it is, it's probably a soft clip. I doubt it's a hard clip, but you never know. Like I said, I don't have any of that equipment to find out, and I'm not going to hook up an O-scope to it just to be able to figure out if it's clipping or not. I don't give a fuck. So, and I did purposely swear on that one, even though that I know that we talked about calming down the F-bombs in my YouTube to be able to make it a little bit better and more family friendly. I did also, just an FYI, I started a Patreon. So link will be in the description below if you guys want to go check that out as well. There is some memberships on there, and I will be doing some merch stuff once I figure out where to get that from and how to get all that stuff set up. And we'll get that figured out more as we go. So yeah, I'm just kind of winging and dinging it right now with this stuff because I literally don't know what I'm doing with how I'm going to place this or where I'm going to place this, because I don't know if I should take that backer off there or not to stick that. Sure, we'll go like that. And this paper just keeps coming off, so we'll just keep going as we go, I guess. Hopefully that gets up there. Okay, come on. I did bring a scissors so I can cut this down. And I will be hooking up some zip ties through these little holders. And again, that's why I didn't know if I actually wanted to use the sticky part of the stuff to stick it down with. But that's kind of how I'm just going with it now. It's already done, so done deal. We're going that route. Yeah. So how's everybody's week been? Mine been okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I might be getting another job now. Just because my arm's doing better through physical therapy and stuff. The physical therapist guy says I can work on it at home, and he says that I am about 90% back, 85% back, somewhere in there. And he says that's where I will be for the rest of my life. Like, that is where it's at. So I don't have any major issues with it. It's still going to have to get some strength back in it. It does get tired and it does get fatigued pretty quickly. So I just have to remember when I'm using it that it's going to get fatigued quick. So not to work on it too much or use it too much, but I don't have an option. Bills have to get paid, and I have to make sure that I have a job then in order to pay them. Because the WSI stuff, I was fighting with that ended up not working out so good. I'm still kind of fighting with that right now. I have the option to do the I don't know what they call it, contest it again type of thing. So if I do that, this will be my last run for being able to contest it and try to fight it. Or I can just say fuck it and go get a job, man up, and use the arm again. I've had a couple months vacation, so we'll just call it good with that, right? But anyways, figured I'd give an update on that too while we're here. So far, so good. And where can I cut that at? I can cut it right there, so I can loop that back around the wall, I guess, but I didn't really want to have to do that. Because if I cut it there, I'd rather cut it there against that wall. But that's not a spot. That is a spot, though. So we got some extra, a little bit of excess stuff here. And then, of course, that paper that's still stuck to all that can get tossed out there. And let's just shove that down there. And we got just this little bit of extra stuff that'll go out on that box, which is fine. It doesn't look like shit. but that may have to be glued, or later on have another one of these little wire strips put in there. Sounds all echoey and boomy in here. Wonder why. In a hollow box. Can't be. It can't be for that reason. Not at all. Alright, so we'll move that there. Put that scissors in the box. Alright, let's take this and flip this up so you guys aren't getting... Hi, how you doing? There's not a wire in the way anymore. Oh, there's that wire again. Back in the way. Must just like being in your guys' way. That's okay, you don't need to see my ugly mug anyways. Just see it enough the way it is. So, we are going to get this stuff set up in here. For now, the best we can. I wish I had smaller zip ties, but I didn't buy any. So I have these white ones that I was using in the back. And for now, they'll do. And then we'll just come back through and we'll clip all those. So here goes the game of zip tying all these together. It's so fun. You guys should come join me. Like you should be here in person. You should join me. Help me with these zip ties. So, yeah, we can figure out some other stuff too. Maybe do a test and tune. What are you guys running anyways? I know you guys got systems out there. What are you guys running? Let me know. Down there in the comments. Post them up. If you can post pictures too, that'd be awesome. Let's see here. Can we get some of these in there easier? Probably not. I probably should have brought a flathead with me. Yeah, that should... These ones are way up there. I don't know how I'm going to get those out. Take another zip tie, shove it in there, see if I can get it to move. Oh, hey, look at that. I can get that to move. Okay, so we're just going to shove those up in there for now. I'll come back and zip tie them. So I think this is going to be a fun challenge. Oh, come on. Can we get it? And that's backwards. We don't want that backwards. We've got to turn that around. That would not have been good. Come on. Come on. Let's go. It's like partially going, but it doesn't want to go. Well, that's just dumb. One's dumb. It's like, I don't want to go. Too good for my home. Well, whatever. This one's only through one of them. It's not even through both of the beams. But will it hold it? Sure shit will. Look at that. Like magic. I don't care if it goes through both. I just need it to go through there. There, that's through one. We'll do it that way then. As long as it works. Where's the other ones? So, anybody got anything interesting going on like this summer? I mean, I see it's like spring, so it hasn't even started yet as far as summer stuff goes, but still, it would be nice, you know, like to get out and do some stuff, right? As long as you guys got something cool going on. Car shows, bass competitions, anything like that. I mean, everybody's got slam. I'm pretty sure that they'll end up going to. But Yeah, this is not going the greatest. I wonder if I can get that with that. Pull it on with the snips here and just not. Oh, and that did what I didn't want it to do. Burnt the tip right off there. So. I think with the help of a needle nose, maybe I can get this one pulled up there. Come on now. If I can't get it to pull up, I'm gonna have to figure out something different on how to get that to go through there. Yeah, that's not going through there. Fuck them. How about them apples? We'll just move the wire out of the way, I guess, or the line out of the way. Zip tie it to the one and call it good. All right. There's a few here that are probably going to be a little wonky. Some of them will be all right, some of them won't. I don't care. It's only to light the box up. And they're staying in place. This right here, I don't know if you guys can see this. There's another one up there. Wires here, wires here. There's going to be an adapter right here in this corner. So I'll roll that up. Excuse me, it just burped. Now we'll pull this one down because this one's acting goofy too. So we'll just move the wire out of the way. If I can get my fingers on this to move this out of the way. And then we'll take and go up by one, push it back in place. And then now we're bypassing the two of them. I don't know if this, because the screw's not in there correctly. So then it's just acting stupid. Come on. Oh, you dumb motherfucker, huh? Well, good enough, I guess. Good enough for government work. Something like that. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, and then later on, when these cheap ass lights burn out, because I got them from Walmart and they're 5 volt for like a TV, I will have to later on remove them anyways and redo this. So I might as well just get, you know, half-ass them, call it good, and then in like a month I'll be redoing them. But who knows? Maybe they'll look good. I'm not going to power them up for a while, but maybe they'll look good and they'll work good. As long as, you know, we just kind of say that they will. Sounds like a plan. It'll probably last a week. I mean, they were $5 from Walmart. Literally. $4.99. $5. A little bit of tax in there. We'll call it $6. So hopefully it works. And come on now. There we go. Most of these are just going to kind of have to be half-assed, where they're not all the way up through the whole thing, going all the way up through both sections or sides of the connector, just because they don't fit right. And I was going to come back and just snip them off, but I think I'm just going to snip them off as I put them through. It makes a little bit more sense to do that. So we'll see. We will see how it goes. my kid is in the office watching YouTube, of course. You know, he's watching his stuff that shows that he watches on YouTube. So people playing video games and stuff with like Elden Ring. He does watch some people play Fortnite and stuff though too. But mostly he watches people play Elden Ring and like the new DLC, and then he's like looking forward to the new game for Elden Ring. So I don't know. You guys play video games? Bloop that in the comments below. So I do, but not all the time. Just every once in a while. My kid's pretty obsessed with video games. Hopefully it fades over time, or maybe he makes a career out of it, becomes a game developer or something like that, or you know, he decides to get into like graphic arts or something like that. Anything better than just sitting around, I guess. Told him there's a lot of math involved in that stuff, so he's like, I'm not good at math, Dad. I'm like, well, you can be. You're just gonna have to try harder. This is really getting annoying. This is really, really, really getting annoying. It does not want to go through there to where I can actually grab it. And I can't get this plastic for this stupid thing pulled down far enough. Just need to grab this. Come on now. You stupid son of a gun. Why? Oh, whatever. Try another one. Try again. There we go. That one worked. Stupid. Stupid. You know, and then that light just happens to fall right where the zip tie is going to land. Oh, well. We didn't want light there anyways, right? Didn't want no light there. That's just, you know, we're just putting lights up to be putting lights up. We just don't need one right there in that same spot. Yeah, just let it be dim, I guess, right? These things are not the brightest either. I'm not gonna lie. I had them up in the box for just like gonna set them in here to see what it would do, and it does not light them up very well at all. Okay, gotta pull this one down too again. All right, pull it forward. Come on, there we go. And this one here is going to have another light that's going to land pretty close to where this zip tie has to land to help hold that up. So again, we're just losing more of the LEDs that are going to help try to light it up in here. That's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Till it's not. Okay, and again, we got to remember this is probably all only temporary. I don't know why these ones don't want to go up in there. So try it again. Loop it on the one. This is actually more difficult than I thought it would be. You know, you're just thinking, well, just throw up the stickers or throw up the, you know, stuff and throw some zip ties in there and it'll be fine. Yeah, no, it's really not. It's not that quick. It's not that easy. It's kind of a pain in the butt because the zip ties don't want to go through the holders. Number one, they're too big. Number two, the holders are in weird positions. I didn't get them straight, so they kind of just go. And then on top of that, you're covering up the lights. So, yeah, this is going just amazing. I love it. I can't wait to do this again after these burn out. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna make me have the greatest day ever. Somebody's bumping. Maybe my friend, maybe my cousin. Guess we'll find out, huh? Ooh, okie dokie dokie. We're getting there. We are getting there slowly. Slowly. But we're getting there. There's the other one. And most of these are only being held on by the bottom, because you can't go through the top one to make a better secure connection. So it's just, yeah, they're held on by a zip tie and like one of the plastic pegs for the whole tie down. It's great. I shouldn't say that. Might get sued by Kellogg's for Tony Tiger impression. Wrong. It was not a Tony Tiger impression. I was just saying how fun this is. So don't sue me. Got it, Kellogg's? Thanks. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, some of these are looking weird. Some of them are okay. So we'll hope that it works out for the best. And who knows if it really will or not. We don't know. And I can't really power it on, because I don't really have anything to power it on with. But I was thinking, since it is 5 volts, maybe I can get like a little battery pack and just plug it in there, because I have some battery packs, like the old battery packs that charge phones and stuff like that, whatever they are. Power storage, something like that. Yeah. So you guys gotta hold on. I gotta move you. Right then. Something like that. I think this was garbage. Holding on to that. That was garbage. All right. Let's try to get out of here now. That's always fun. Let's move this out of the way so you guys aren't getting blinded. Blinded by the light. That's not a good deal. We don't want to blind you guys, you know. We want to let you guys be able to see. So, blind you guys that you can't see. You can't watch the videos no more, you know. Then what are we gonna do? Then I gotta go get a job, right? Same thing every day. Sounds kind of boring, but that's life. What do you guys do for a living anyways? Some of you guys probably deal with car stereo stuff. Some guys probably that's just a hobby. Maybe you guys work in construction. Maybe you're a lawyer, judge, attorney, cop. Who knows? Put down in the comments. What do you do for a living? Me, I used to do maintenance. I used to do hotel maintenance. I did apartment maintenance, home maintenance. I worked for different management companies. I used to rebuild hotels for a living before that too. And have an aquatic engineering degree, so I built water parks over COVID. Yay! That's all fun and dandy. But now you can't find a job for nothing. or at least around here. And then the ones you can find, people want to kind of try to rip you off a little bit. So yeah, it's a little bit difficult. So it's just something we got to deal with, right? That's life. Okay guys, well, here's what I did. I hooked it up to an extension cord to a charger. As you can see, it lights up the box pretty well. And they're okay for lighting. And it's supposed to be fadeable. I'm gonna just leave you guys sit there and you guys can watch the pretty colors for a little bit. I am going to go and grab this light remote right here, and you can do whatever colors that you choose to do as far as changing them. I can have it on flash, so it does light up the box pretty well. The hiccup in the back of the box or part of it changes to a different color first. I don't know if that's because I cut that. It used to not do that. No, it does. A little weird. Got it on fade or smooth. I don't like smooth. I just don't like the back there where it kind of hiccups for a second. See? It's like totally disconnected off the whole system. I don't know why that is. It's like doing its own thing. Now that's on fade. There's one green light. I don't think you guys can pick that out on the camera. There's one green light that stays lit in the middle. And look, there's part of the section's weird now. Part's blue, part's this color, part's green, part's off. That's super crazy. So what if we just do white? Nope, because then that just makes that into green. How about green, blue, blue cuts off, white doesn't work, red works. How about orange? Orange works. Yellow? That's alright. Blue turns that back section to green. Purple turns that other back section to red. That's so weird. Pink? Is there pink? Pink doesn't work. Yeah, blue, if you just do that, it cuts off that back section. White turns that little back section to green. I think that's something. God, that's just so weird. Off, on, white, off, on, flash. Yeah, it's just kind of doing its own thing on that back section. Don't know why. One little strip, ruining the whole thing. It's okay. It may or may not work, I don't know. Can we strobe it? Please don't have a seizure. Yeah. That looks crazy. Fade. Keep the fade up. It's kind of doing its own thing. That back little light section in the back there, where it's doing its own color. Sometimes there's no color, especially when it hits blue. See? It just kind of cuts out, but then it kind of kicks back in and skips up to the rest of it. There's a smooth. Sped it up. And then white just literally makes that back area just that. Like it's back little section of it's green. So I don't know. There's like 9 inches or so of that that's in the back there that's just green. That is so unreal. That's unreal. Let's let it do its thing, I guess. It will do what it's gonna do. I don't know. Well, guys, you can see that I ended up getting that in there worked out pretty good. Minus there's one green light that's in there that just kind of stays green, like one of the LEDs just stays green. And then down the way, there's about 9 inches of the section that it just chooses that it wants to be a different color part of the time. It wasn't like that when I tested the strip. So maybe it had to do with something once I cut that other end off. And then it's just like, doesn't like that. But it is what it is. Right now I have it in like a gold color, or I think it's set in orange, but it looks like an amber color. So that actually works out well. It lights up the box quite well. And it actually would be good to work with, like if I have to change a sub out or something like that when I'm in the box. It would work out well at night. I'm sure it'll shine bright. Like I said, these were $5, so they're not like super expensive deal. $4.99 Walmart on series. I just have it hooked up with an extension cord right now just for testing purposes. I will get a 12 volt reducer. Basically it takes a 12 volt system and it kicks it down into 5 volts, and then that way I can just plug the USB directly into there, wrap the wires up, tuck everything up nice behind this 2x4, and nobody will be the wiser that it's back there, and be okay. If I ever have to work on it, then I just cut a couple of zip ties, drop it down, and then have to go cut every single one of them zip ties out and pull it out. So I don't know, 15-20 minutes worth of work, and be in and out and have another one in there. I'm hoping that it sticks around and it works for quite a while. I don't know how long it's going to last. I mean, if you got any guesses, go ahead. Type them down in the comments below. What's your guesses on how long you think that those lights will actually work and function? Or how long before I get annoyed by the fact that 9 inches of the back end of it, when you're in like strobe mode or pulse mode, just kind of does whatever it wants to do. That's kind of annoying. Oh well, it's in there. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Anyways, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I got more stuff to do, so you guys go do whatever you're gonna do. I'm there. Go hit my hat again. You guys go do whatever you're gonna do. I got stuff to do. I gotta go. Bye bye. See you in the next one.